YouTube, Otaku here. Thank you again for coming back. I'll be your personal narrator for today. If you haven't been onto this channel before, please read the channel description before you continue on. If you have been here before, you already know what's about to happen next. Grab your eucalyptus and please begin the inhalation ritual. Blink, blink. Wonderful. That was a very rich hit into my resume. We're going to be picking back up on page 351 of The Grapes of Wrath. Alright. I believe I remember where I left off. Right here. So he takes this little guy in and they give him 60 days in jail for vagrancy. How'd they do that if he had a job? Asked Timothy Wallace. The tubby man laughed. You know better than that. You know a vagrant ain't anything a cop don't like, and that's why they hate this here camp. No cop could get in. This here's United States, not California. Hudson sighed. Wish we could stay here. Gotta be going before long. Oh, wait, hold on, that's Hudson. Hudson sighed. Wish we could stay here. Gotta be gone before long. I like this here. Folks get along nice, and God Almighty, why they can't let us do that instead of keeping us miserable and putting us in jail? Question mark. I swear to God, they gotta push us into fighting. If they don't quit worrying us, he said in his calm voice, we just gotta keep peaceful, he reminded himself. The committee got no right to fly off the handle. The tubby man from Unit 3 said, anybody that thinks this here committee got any cheese and crackers ought to just try it. There was a fight in my units today. Women going to calling names and then got to be thrown garbage. Ladies committee couldn't handle it, and they come to me. Want me to bring the fight in this here committee. I told them that they can handle the women troubles themselves. This here committee ain't good messing with no garbage fights. Hudson nodded. You done good, he said. Wow, I mean, that's just the times back then. Honestly, if it was now, it'd probably be better to have everybody come together and be like, ladies, everybody just chill out. We're trying to figure all this out. And we all, like, come to a resolution. Anyways, sometimes you can. Honestly, it really is that kind of world. And now the dusk was falling, and as the darkness deepens, the practicing of string bands seems to grow louder. The lights flashed on, and two men inspected the patch wires to the dance floor. The children crowded thickly amongst the musicians. A boy with a guitar sang the down-home blues, delicately for himself. In his second chorus, 3 harmonicas and a fiddle joined him. For the tents, the people streamed towards the platforms. Men in their clean blue denims and women in their jean hams. They came near to the platforms and then stood quietly, waiting, their faces bright and intent under the light. Around the reservation there was a high wired fence, and along the fence in intervals of 50 feet, the guards sat on the ground and waited. Now the carts of the guests began to arrive, small farmers and their families, immigrants from other camps, and each guest came through the gates. He mentioned the names of the campers who had invited him. Whew, that was a mouthful. The string band took a real tune-up and played loudly, for they were not practicing anymore. In front of their tents, the Jesus lovers sat and watched, their faces hard and contemptuous. They did not speak to one another. They watched for sin, and their faces condemned the whole proceeding. Ooh, these people are, like, trying to be the grandparents and parents of the party. They're just like, no troublemakers around here. Which is, you know, whatever, no troublemakers. I found this white shirt by a great man. He's not here with us anymore, but his white shirt encapsulates his spirits. Truly. Clink, clink, clink. There's only one thing that goes in this here pipe, so no worries to me. I know what I inhale. Yep, right here. At the Joel 10, Ruthie and Winefield had bolted what little dinner they had, and they started for the platform. Maul called to them, held up their faces with a hand under each chin. By the way, that's something I had to learn as an adult. A loving gesture is not something that's necessarily a point of domination. I mean, you know, that sounds kind of weird, but when you live with, like, certain people, your mind, you know, process gets skewered. You know, love isn't exactly the same thing between people, especially when trauma gets involved and you're sitting there flinching at certain things. It's not as so simple as it was when you were a child. My mother would sit there and tell me that she'd put her hand under my chin when I was a little boy, and I would smile up at her. And then she said that one day, she said all I did every time that she tried that was jerk my face away from her hand. She never understood why. I ended up explaining it to her, but I never thought about her side. And one day it actually just changed, and she didn't even truly question it. She just changed along with me. Maul called them back, held their faces with a hand under each chin and looked into their nostrils, pulled their ears and looked inside, and sent them to the sanitary unit to wash their hands once more. So yeah, that was another thing, was she would just make sure there was no boogers in the nose. Love Mauls for that. They dodged around the back of the building and bolted for the platform, to stand among the children close packed about the band. Al finished the dinner and spent half an hour shaving with Tom's razor. Al had the right-fitting wool suit and a stripped shirt, and he bathed and washed and combed his straight hair back. And when the washroom was vacant for a moment, he smiled eagerly at himself in the mirror, and he turned and tried to see himself in a profile when he smiled. He slipped his purple armbands on and put on his tight coat, and he rubbed up his yellow shoes with a piece of toilet paper. A late brother came in, and Al hurried out and walked recklessly towards the platform, his eyes peeled for girls. Near the dance floor, he saw a pretty blonde girl sitting in front of a tent. He slided near and threw open his coat to show his shirt. "Gonna dance tonight?" he asked. The girl looked away and did not answer. "Can't a fella pass a word with you? How about you and me dancing?" And he said nonchalantly, "I can waltz." The girl raised her eyes slightly and said, "That ain't nothing. Anybody can waltz." "Not like me, though," said Al. The music surged and tapped one foot in time. "Come on," he said. A very fat woman poked her head out of the tent and scowled at him. "You get along," she said fiercely. "This here's girl spoken for. She's gonna be married and her man's a-comin' for her." Al winked rakishly at the girl, and he tripped on, striking his feet to the music and swinging his shoulders and swinging his arms, and the girls looked at him attentively. Paul put down his plate and stood up. "Come on, John," he said as he explained to Maul. We're gonna go talk to some fellas about getting work." Pa and Uncle John walked towards the manager's house. Tom worked a piece of store bread into a stew gravy on his plate and ate the bread. He handed his plate to Ma as she put up into a bucket of hot water and washed it and handed it to Rose and Sharon to wipe. "Ain't you going to dance?" Ma asked. Sure, said Tom. "I'm on a committee. We're going to entertain some fellas." "Already on a committee?" Ma said. "I guess it's 'cause you got that work." Rose and Sharon turned to put a dish away. Tom pointed to her. "My God, she's getting big," he said. Rose and Sharon blushed and took another dish from Ma. "Sure she is," Ma said. "And she's getting prettier," said Tom. The girl blushed more deeply and hung her head. "You stop it," she said softly. "Course she is," said Ma. "Girl with the baby always..." "Course she is," said Ma. "Girl with the baby always getting prettier." Tom laughed. "If she keeps a swelling like this, she's going to need a wheelbarrow to carry you." "Now you stop," Rose and Sharon said as she went inside the tent, out of sight. Ma chuckled. "You shouldn't ought to worry her." "She likes it," said Tom. "I know she likes it, but if you worry too much, and she'll be a moaning for Connie." That is true. He and her dude, so fucking chill out. 354. Page 354. We're gonna smoke again. Page 354, The Grapes of Wrath. Well, she might as well give him up. He's probably studying to be the President of the United States by now. That's messed up, Tom. "Don't worry her," Ma said. "She ain't got no easy road to hoe." Willie Easton moved near, and he grinned and said, "You Tom Joel?" "Yeah." "Well, I'm chairman of the entertainment committee. We're going to need you. Fella told me about you." "Sure, I'll play with you," said Tom. "This here's Ma." "Howdy," said Willie. "Glad to meet you," said Ma. Willie said, "Gonna put you on a gate to start, and then onto the floor. Want you to look over the guys when they come in, and try to spot them. You'll be with another fella. Then later, I want you to dance and watch." "Yeah, I can do that all right," said Tom. Ma said apprehensively, "There ain't no trouble, is there?" "No, ma'am," Willie said. "There ain't gonna be no trouble." "None at all?" said Tom. "Well, I'll come along, see you at the dance. Bye, Ma." The two young men walked quickly away towards the main gates. Ma piled the washing dishes on a box. "Come on out," she said, and when there was no answer, "Rosa Sharon, you come on out now." The girl stepped from the tent, and she went on with the dish wiping. "Tom was all jollying with you." "I know. I didn't mind. Only I hate to have folks look at me. Ain't no way to help that." I really should distinguish the female voice. "Ain't no way to help that. Folks gonna look, but it'll make folks happy to see a girl in a family way. Makes folks sort of giggly and happy. You ain't a-going to dance?" "I was, but I don't know. I wish Connie was here." Her voice rose. "Ma, I wish she was here. I can hardly stand it." Ma looked closely at her. "I know," she said, "but Rosa Sharon, don't shame your folks." I don't aim to, Ma." Oh, this makes me kind of cry. "Well, don't you shame us. We got too much on us now, without no shame. The girl's lips quivered. I ain't going to the dance. I can't, Ma. Help me. She sat down and buried her head in her arms. Ma wiped her hands on the dish towel and squatted down in front of her daughter and put her 2 hands on Rosa Sharon's hair. You're a good girl, she said. You've always been a good girl. I'll take care of you. Don't you fret. She put an interest in her tone. Know what you and me gonna do? We're gonna go to that dance and we're gonna sit down there and watch. If anybody says to come dance, why, I'll say you ain't strong enough. I'll say you're poorly, and you can hear the music and all like that. Rosa Sharon raised her head. You won't let me dance? No, I won't. And don't let nobody touch me neither? No, I won't, said Ma. The girl sighed. She said desperately, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like it's literally like that. It's so freaking wrong. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Ma, I just don't know. That really brought out that southern twang in me. I want to say that again. I don't know what I'm gonna do, Ma. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, I fucking love this book, dude. Okay. Ma parted her knee. Look, she said. Look at me. I'm gonna tell you. In a little while, you ain't gonna be so bad. I'll be a little while. That's true. Now come on. We'll go and get washed up, and we'll put on a nice dress, and we'll sit by the dance. She led Rosa Sharon towards the sanitary unit. Pa and Uncle John swatted with the group of men by the porch of the office. We nearly got work today, Paul said. We was just gonna be a few minutes late. They already got you fellas. And well, sir, it was a funny thing. There's a straw boss there, and he says, we just got some 2-bid, man. Of course, we could use 25-cent, man. We could use a lot of 25-cent, man. You go to your camp and say we put a lot of fellas on for 25 cents. The squatting man moved nervously. A broad-shouldered man, his face completely in the shadow of a black hat, spatted his knee with the palm. I know it. God damn it, he cried. And they'll get men, and they'll get the men. They'll get hungry men. You can't feed your family on 20 cents an hour, but they'll take anything. You got to, and you got it coming. They're just auctioning a job off. Jesus Christ, pretty soon they're going to make us pay to work. We would have taken it too, Paul said. We ain't had no job. You sure would have taken her. But there was guys there, and the way they looked, we was scared to take her. Black Cat said, getting crazy thinking. I've been working for a fella in... Next page. Alright, so far so good. Everything looks right. I'm on 2%. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I shall read one more page. 356. He can't pick his crop. Costs more just to pick her than he can get her. Costs more just to pick her than he can get her for her, and then I don't know what to do. Seems to me... Paul stopped. The circle was silent for him. Well, I just thought, if a fella had an anchor, well, my women, she could raise a little truck and a couple pigs and some chickens, and us men could get out to find work and then go back. Kids could maybe go to school. Never seen such schools out here. Our kids ain't happy in them schools, Black Hat said. Why not? They're pretty nice, them schools. Well, a raggedy kid with no shoes and them other kids with socks on and nice pants and them yelling, Aoki, Aoki. My boy went to school and had a fight every day. Done good, too. Tough little bastard. Every day he got to fight. Comes home with his clothes torn up and his nose bloody, and his ma wailed him. Made her stop that. No need everybody beating the hell out of him, poor little fella. Jesus, he gives some of them kids a good over. Good on going through. Them nice pants sons of bitches? I don't know. Paul demanded. Well, what the hell am I gonna do? We out of money. One of my boys got a short job, but they won't feed us. I'm gonna go out and take that 20 cents if I got to. Black Hat raised his head, and his bristle chin showed in the light, and his stringy neck where the whiskers laid flat like fur. Yeah, he said bitterly. You'll do that, and I'm a two-bit man. You'll take my job for 20 cents, and then I'll get hungry, and I'll take my job back for 15 cents. Yeah, you go right on ahead and do her. I'll see you soon. What the hell can I do? Paul demanded. I can't starve so you can get 2 bits. Black Hat dipped his head again, and his chin went into the shadow. I just don't know, he said. I just don't know. It's bad enough to work 12 hours a day and come with just a little bit of food for hunger. But we got to figure out all the time, too. My kids ain't getting enough to eat. I can't think all the time. God damn it, it's driving a man crazy. The circle of men shifted to their feet nervously. Alright, that's where the chapter splits off. 356. That's where I'm going to end. I'm going to take one more deep dive into this bowl. Clink, clink, clink. Fuck yeah. Y'all take care. Peace.